He slept beneath the old concrete bridge at the edge of Kumasi, where the river whispered through the night and motorbikes roared above like thunder. The cold rose from the water, seeping deep into his bones. Hunger had become a constant, unwelcome companion. But being forgotten, that was far worse. Every morning, the bridge came alive. Traders hurried across, their feet pounding a rhythm on the concrete above, on their way to the bustling Kajesha market. Some would cover their noses as they passed. Others tightened their grip on their bags, their eyes fixed straight ahead. Most never looked down. To them, he was just another shadow, another broken man lost to the city. But he had a name. His name was Kwame Mensah. It wasn't always this way. Years ago, Kwame stood tall and proud in front of a blackboard in a small village school. He wasn't just a teacher, he was a beacon of hope. He taught children how to read, how to count, and most importantly, how to believe that tomorrow could always be better than today. He poured his heart into those young minds, planting seeds of ambition and possibility. Then, sickness came like a thief in the night. It started with a fever that refused to break, a weakness that clung to him. The hospital bills grew faster than the crops in the field, a mountain of paper that dwarfed his dwindling strength. Desperate, he sold his radio, the one that brought him music and news from the world. Then his furniture, piece by piece, until his home was just an empty shell. Finally, he sold the small plot of land his father had left him, the last piece of his past. When the money was all gone, the sickness remained. And when the sickness finally, mercifully, left his body, everything else was gone too. Friends who once shared his table stopped visiting. Relatives who once called him brother stopped answering his calls. The silence was deafening. And one night, with absolutely nowhere left to go, Kwame Mensah, the teacher, found himself seeking shelter under the bridge. Days bled into months, and months stretched into years. The vibrant hope he once taught to children became a distant, faded story he used to tell nothing more. It was a luxury he could no longer afford. One evening, the sky turned a menacing shade of grey. Dark clouds gathered, and the heavens opened up, unleashing a torrent of rain. It was the kind of downpour that soaks through thin clothes and washes away any remaining sliver of dignity. Kwame wrapped his thin, tattered blanket around himself, shivering, and waited for the long, miserable night to pass. Then he heard it, footsteps stopping directly above him. He didn't look up. People stopped sometimes, but usually only to hurl insults or toss a few coins without a word. An act of charity that felt more like a dismissal, but this time was different. A voice, soft and gentle, cut through the sound of the rain. "Brother, are you still hoping?" Kwame let out a hollow laugh. It wasn't a laugh of joy, but one of deep, profound pain. Hoping for what? He shot back, his voice thick with bitterness. Hope does not sleep under bridges. The stranger didn't argue. He didn't preach a sermon or offer empty platitudes. He simply reached into his bag, placed a small envelope beside Kwame on the cold ground, and walked away into the rain. No name, no explanation. Just a quiet act in the middle of a storm. When the rain finally eased to a drizzle, Kwame's curiosity got the better of him. He picked up the envelope. His hands trembled as he opened it. Inside, there was no money. Instead, he found an address, a bus ticket, and a short note written in careful, neat handwriting. The note had only 6 words. "Someone still believes you matter." Kwame stared at the note until his eyes burned with unshed tears. Those words, they were a lifeline. The next morning, battling a storm of fear and doubt inside him, he did the unthinkable. He used the bus ticket. The address led him to a small, faith-based shelter on the outskirts of the city. There, he was met not with suspicion, but with warmth. They gave him a hot meal. They gave him clean clothes. They gave him a safe place to rest, a bed where he didn't have to fear being chased away. But most importantly, they listened. They saw the man, not the shadow. Weeks passed. One of the volunteers discovered that Quaim could read and write better than most people they knew. It started small. Soon, he was helping the children at the shelter with their homework. Then, he found himself teaching again, this time, not in a classroom, but under the cool shade of a large mango tree. It wasn't a schoolhouse, but it was a start. It was dignity reclaimed. Today, Kwame Mensah rents a small room of his own. He teaches at a local community school, and the children still call him teacher. And sometimes, when the sun hangs low in the sky, casting long shadows across the land, he walks past that old concrete bridge. He doesn't go there to sleep. He goes there to remember that one simple question, asked by one kind stranger in the rain, can be enough to open a person's eyes, to heal a broken heart, and to change a life forever. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, please consider sharing it. You never know whose life you might change. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories that inspire.